Sămcenam hi sampata lui cita cita urce ciuntermente aici che codu codu so o sgeni janjam pe maghe sa tambolo yum janjo imagine pe imagine se so ka korda khanda ma pe ko ke je so ta to ki je la ju se so guru brahma I am Karma Gomchen. I am the disciple of His Holiness the 16th Karmapa, and I studied Dharma under him for 9 years during the 70s. And His Holiness was so kind, compassionate. For me, he was the manifestation of Dharmakaya, of Buddha. And my teacher was previous Jamgon Kongtrul Rinpoche, who taught me every day 7 hours, 8 hours. And there I was really able to understand the deep spiritual heritage of Buddha Dharma, especially Vajrayana. And now today I feel it is the greatest blessing for me to be there. Because during my time in Rumtek, we had all the Rinpoches, Yapsenga. But after Taishitu Rinpoche left for Dharamsala, Biri. But I grew up with Jamgon Kongtrul Rinpoche, Shamar Rinpoche, and Jalsap Rinpoche, and Sangye Nipa Rinpoche. There were many, many Tulgus. And to some Tulgus I used to teach English, and Rinpoches would teach me meditation. So this was the greatest moment, the greatest opportunity for me to be under 16th Karmapa, the Buddha. And during 70s, I met Oli and Hana. I was a small boy. They were quite young. And I took them around Rumtek Monastery. I was something like their guide. And I still remember those days that they stayed there for 10 days, I believe. And there, he got many blessings from His Holiness, the 16th Karmapa. And I'm happy that he's really doing a great work to flourish Dharma in the West. And he has thousands of good students who are looking for enlightenment under his guidance. So it's a long time that we were together, and I met Oli only 2 years ago in Bodh Gaya. And when I saw him, I say, wow, he was very old. And I also became old, and we hugged. And what he said was, oh, I know your eyes, I know you. So we hugged for 3 minutes in Bodh Gaya, near the Bodhi tree. So I wished Oli the best of luck for his journey, spiritual mission of Dharma. I think the Buddha was the greatest yogi of all the time. That is why his mantra, Om Muni Muni Mahamuni Shakya Munaye Soha. That means, Om Muni Muni, Shakya Muni, O greatest yogi, highest yogi of the universe, that is Shakya Muni. Mahamunayeshwara, you're the highest yogi of all the yogis. So I am bowing down to you with my body, speech and mind. So Buddha Dharma itself is a Dharma of yoga, or yogi. And Guru Rinpoche was the greatest yogi of the past, present and future. That's why we call him Trishub Sangye Guru Rinpoche. It means you are the Buddha of the past, present and future. He was followed by the traditions of yogis from Terupa, Narupa, Marpa and Milarepa, who was the highest yogi who got enlightenment in one lifetime. And he gave his teaching to Gompopa, and from there the Karmapa, the great Karmapa, Tishun Kempa, the first Karmapa, 11th century in Tibet. So the tradition of Kagyupa is purely yogic from one generation to the other generation. And unfortunately, we are not respecting the yogis. The yogis don't live in a monastery like a monk. The yogis, they are mendicant. They go from one place to the other like a bird flying from one country to the other country. They sleep in the cave, in the forest, in the Himalaya, in the mountain. So this tradition of yogis have been alive from generation to generation. And the yogis believe in the freedom from the ocean of suffering. Actually, in Kagyupa, we have a Naruchutuk, 6 yoga of Narupa. But there are other yogas also, like dream yoga. The yoga means union with divinity is called yoga. One who is already united with divinity or spirituality is called yogi. So the destination of yogi is seeking enlightenment for the benefit of suffering beings of the world. Today we are in the dark age, Kali Yuga, the age of degeneration, where it's very difficult for yogis to survive, real practitioners to survive, because it has become very difficult. In the West, people are more suffering because of materialism. The materialism is so strong that it gives you suffering. And there are many, many sufferings. The Buddha says, 84,000 of sufferings are there. To take birth is a suffering. To have disease is a suffering. To become old man is a suffering. And to die itself is a suffering. There are many sufferings like financial suffering, material suffering. But suffering comes due to attachment of mind. We have 5 poisons of mind. Hatred, stupidity, ego, ignorance, and greed. We always carry inside our mind. And unless we clean these 5 vicious enemies by 5 wisdom qualities like peace, happiness, love, compassion, and wisdom, we'll be confused through our life, through all our life, we'll be there in Dharma, but again we are in confusion of Dharma. So it's very important to kill or to transform our attachment. Our greatest enemy is the attachment that we are carrying within us. It's also true we live in the material world, relative world, but we have to make a balance between Dharma and materialism. Only then we'll be successful. But first, we must do practice. If we don't practice, it's just waste of time. I was giving teaching in Hawaii 4 years ago, and I told them, our life is maximum 80 years. And in 80 years, we sleep 40 years. We go to toilet every day 10-15 minutes, so for 40 years we spend 10 years in the toilet. We talk with our friends, we work, so we take 20 to 30 years. So practically we don't have time to practice, so when we are practicing, there's no time. 40 years is gone, talking, smoking, drinking, enjoying. And at the time of death in Bardu, we have to suffer. During the time of death, our mind becomes so much confused because of samsara. So in 49 days of travel, we suffer a lot. That's why we all need to do is one thing, that is practice, practice, practice.
Om Mao Bhaja Guru Pema Shete Hum.